Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today I'm going to be talking about CHFS. This one was recommended by Buy Low Sell High on Twitter. Make sure to drop a like to this video to help this channel grow. Subscribe and leave your notifications on. And if you have any feedback, please mention it down in the comments below. I'm going to go here through different steps and technical analysis and then adding a summary at the end. If at any point you feel you're missing out on any of these technical indicators and what they mean, you'll find in the description below a playlist just to help you with that. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. We get to see here on the MACD that it might actually be curving up, although that kind of movement is not very much of a solid one. It has been before where it kind of went towards a reversal and then got declined, but this one looks a little bit more promising. Now on the ADX, it's sitting at 26.4. That does support a strong negative trend. On the Williams R here, the stock is oversold, attempting to go into neutral. So momentum here seems to be building up as well, which is a good sign. Unbalanced volume seems to be as well building up. Now on moving averages scale, things look a little bit interesting. So what we had here is a golden star way back somewhere around the 7th of August. And instead of it rallying as a golden star suggests, it actually fell down. And we get to see here on the one day perspective, 30 EMA is above the 10 SMA, which is bearish. The stock price is below the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA, which are bearish. Now, what seems to be actually happening is that the space between the 200 SMA and the 50 SMA are declining. And once they catch up, that's a death star, which is a bearish sign, but the golden star hasn't even really pushed in. So it doesn't have much significance to me. Going on towards the 1 hour perspective, we get to see that it seems to have hit a decline towards going on towards closer to Monday. I'll explain what that decline really is for, but you see a 10% down on Friday extended market. Close around 36, it hit down with 6 cents down. So we get to see the stock price is below the 200 SMA, below the 50 SMA, 30 EMA is above the 10 SMA. ADX suggests a sloppy movement. MACD shows in a negative reversal on the 1 hour scale. Williams R is sitting in neutral. Momentum here is sitting in a little bit rough, going on towards the negative side of the momentum. Moving average band has no much significance here since it hasn't touched the moving average band, but just for the sake of the argument, 52 on the bottom, 58 in the middle, and 64 on the top. Fibonacci retracements here. We're going to go on and try to establish where the resistances and supports are for this one. Going to go on with 161.8, and you get to see that the current main support is sitting at 35 cents. That is a strong one, but as you know, in the extended market, it hit 30 cents, which is 52-week low, as I see here on my portal. Yep, it's a 52-week low. So that is a dangerous thing. So right now it's literally sitting at the lowest support, 30. There's no support below that. So if it dips down, that's a new support. 32 is the current resistance. 34, followed by that 30. I'll say 35 to 38 is a strong resistance, and then beyond that 39. Beyond that 42. Beyond that 45, and then 48. Yes, we do have a lot of upside for this stock, but you get to see it's a really hard downtrend going on from $1.25 to 30 cents. If you'd like to know how much that is, I'll have it right here. That is a decline of 300%. So that is quite significant, above 300%. Quite a strong one, but let's try to understand what's causing this kind of downtrend. So this company here is sitting at a COVID-19 response, and it's labeling itself as an importance in COVID-19 in ICUs for their product. So they try and address the volume overload by identifying that every single person has different needs, and this device can collaborate toward that, whether it's something related to removing plasma water, removes isotonic plasma water with no changes to the patient's electrolytes, low Um, er, um, sorry about that. Extracorporeal volume, low blood flow rate. So there is different things in their product, including ease of use. So they're trying to brand themselves as crucial to the COVID-19 ICUs. Now, whether government spendings would be going on towards there, I'm not sure exactly. I wouldn't say I'm counting on with it, but you know, some of the government spending would definitely, well, at least I would see go here. But a lot of the investment has already been done, and basically the U.S. kind of federal spending is we're all good, we're moving on from COVID-19, and so I don't see insane amount of revenue coming in. Net sales here seems to have increased just a little. Net loss has decreased just a little, going on from 4.4 million to 3.9 million. Basic and diluted loss per share, 193 to 10 cents value, might think, but look at that amount of shares. Going on from 2.3 million shares to almost 40 million shares. So the net loss itself, very small difference. EPS looks like this one is almost profitable. Well, the case is that they have a lot of diluted shares. Moving on, we get to see here some of the institutional interest. So I did zoom in here as previously was a little bit around 100%. Let me know if this actually works better for you. 200,000 by First Wilshire Securities Management Advisor Group, increase their position. You get to see a bit more increases in positions, but that's not this week. That was more last week. And we see basically in August more around handful of transactions. They're mixed. That's what I'm gonna say. They're not. It seems to be more adding rather than decreasing. 1, 2, 3 decreasing, and the rest is adding to their position. So it looks bullish to me from institutional purchases, from a standpoint. Insider purchases, the last one was last year. They bought at a share price of $5.25. So that is the last institutional kind of purchase. So it looks like they're not very keen about holding or buying institutional shares, or sorry, the company shares. This one here is regarding their offering, which was around 45 cents each. That was closed a while ago, and basically that is done on the books. So on August 21st, the public offering was closed. Another thing, so this is the exact same thing, 14.7 million of underwritten public offering. CHF Solutions applaud U.S. Congress request to U.S. International Trade Commission to identify products to treat COVID-19. Nothing significant. Moving on, we get to see this one is more as well related to the offering. So a lot of filings related to the offering. This is the most important one, the most interesting one for this entire video. Their meeting. So before I go on towards the meeting, before I go on to why this meeting is being held, I'm going to go through the proposals. 1, the proposal is to, first one is to amend the company 2017 equity incentive plan and to reserve 17% of the total number of fully diluted shares on December 31st. And so this one here as well, increase the aggregate maximum number of shares of common stock that may be issued. Sounds a little bit like dilution to me. Second, to approve an amendment to 4 amended. Basically, this one is a reverse split of our standing common stock at a ratio of 1:5 to 1:30. To determine the at discretion of the board director whereby outstanding 5 to 30 shares would be combined. So, at a stock that is trading around 20 cents, it's probably not going to be 1:5. It's probably going to be more related to the 1 to, well, highers, 1 to 20s or something. Or 1 to 15 and above. And so a reverse split is coming. But how long do they have till they have to, get to compliance? Okay, cool. So this one here is a little bit interesting, and that's why I'm trying to address it here. So around December 2019, they received a letter from NASDAQ advising that they fell for 30 consecutive days below the $1 mark. And then they received 180 days extension on that. So their extension, I believe, gone to April 16th, right? So then it got extended due to COVID to June 30th. On June 1st, they got an another extension until August 28th. So cool, August 28th. What day is it? August 30th. And we still don't hear an extension. So, Ed, what's going on? Is this going to get delisted and, you know, we're just all stuck in here? Well, one of few things are going to happen. All right? So, the first thing, suspended trading. And what does suspended trading mean? A halt. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the chart. So, one, suspended trading, which means probably get halted all the way. So when is the meeting? And sorry, I did completely forget to mention when the meeting was. It's actually in October. Sorry about that on the screen. October 6th, right? So you got all of September and almost a week of October. So it could be a halt for a month and a week. I've seen stocks get on a halt for months. So that could be one. Two, the company gets delisted. I doubt that. That's a possibility. 3, the company gets an extension. I also doubt that, but could be possible. So 4, Nasdaq cuts them some slack until the vote and then decides whether delisting or not after the vote. Haven't seen that happen before, but most likely what's going to happen is they're either going to get a halt or they get an extension. A halt is not going to be that bad because basically we know our reverse split is going to come. And there's going to be panic from here until the reverse split is basically announced. So a halt might actually be sufficient for this company. Because imagine from here until October 6th and you don't get an extension and everyone's freaking out, like delisting any day now. So a halt is not that bad, in my opinion. But it sounds like a reverse split is impossible to avoid for this one. And don't you start telling me about buyout rumors. Let's focus on this one. Because apparently every company this week is on a buyout. I don't know who's buying out all these companies, but cool. So, as an investor, how would I play this one? It's tough, right? It's at the 30 cents mark. It's at the 52-week low. Can it go lower? Yes. No. There's always down to a cent down, right? Would I sell it? I would have sold it somewhere around here, honestly. But now that you're down here, might as well hold, right? Because the next, you're literally at the 52-week low. But something in, like, I wouldn't touch this one. But if you're in a stock position, it's your decision whether the risk and the reward. So what's the risk? The risk is this one can get delisted. That's a low risk though. This one will drop a reverse split, so you'll lose equity. But the reward that could be in there is they could not halt and get kind of spikes in the middle that you can sell on. That is the decision for you to make. What do you think about this sticker? Make sure you mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. You have a wonderful day.